Hey everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Thailand Explained. Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about booking of hotels, flight, domestic travel, taxis, buses, boats and trains in Thailand. And I'm also going to take you on a short ride to the city of Pai in the northern Thailand. I also talked a bit about my new participation in blockchain and tokenization before. Here is some more small info on that if you want to know more about it. It's really an exciting way to secure your savings and make them bigger.
Hi, everyone. It is clear that decentralized digital finance, blockchain and tokenization are revolutionizing the financial industry. Becoming the master of your finances again by investing in crypto and blockchain is the best way to benefit from these new technologies. Today, I am here to share with you how you could be a part of the ideal solution to achieve that goal. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology are revolutionizing finance management. We no longer have to entrust large banks with our valuable assets. With a new decentralized finance system, you can reclaim control of your finances. Decentralized digital currency is managed directly by the people, and without any third parties. You can securely transfer funds to other accounts with nobody else being privy to the details. You can even acquire your own debit card to purchase goods and services. Your accounts will increase in value when the projects you invest in gain, and you can let the system work within projects by minting tokens and coins in chosen projects you find profitable. To learn more, contact Tom. He's a coach and promoter for decentralized digital finance, blockchain, and tokenization. Hope to hear from you soon.
I will start today by telling you a little bit about what's going to happen in the future, because there will be a lot of exciting podcasts coming up. I've now got some new equipment, and with that I actually tried to make a podcast while riding a motorbike from Chiang Mai over the mountains to Pai. I used my 360 camera on the bike and a microphone inside the helmet, so you can join me on the ride and actually see what I see. It was not easy to concentrate on riding and podcasting at the same time, but take a look at this.
Yeah, welcome to my first riding podcast. I'm on the road with my bike on my way to the city of Pai in the mountains of Mae Hong Son. And I'm trying my first riding podcast. I'm just attaching the camera to the bike so you can see what I see. And then I can talk to you guys when I'm riding. And today we just on the trial run to see if this is going to work with the podcast and stuff. So we just take one night in Pai and have some fun tonight. And then we go back to Chiang Mai tomorrow. Pai is a small little cozy hippie city. About 150 kilometers from Chiang Mai up in the mountains against Mae Hong Son on the famous Mae Hong Son loop. And this is one of my favorite roads. It's a curvy and steep roads up in the mountains. It's really, really cool to ride. So I never get bored of these turns, 1864 turns on the Mae Hong Son loop. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about different things today while I'm riding. Then you can listen to what I have to say, and you can look at some of the scenery if we get some, and see what I do. I have to take it easy because riding and talking in a podcast is not so easy. So I have to go a little bit slower than usual, but still it's going to be a great ride. Okay. Just had some rain on our last stop, so we just waited it out for 10 minutes, and now it's clear again, but the roads are still a little bit wet and very slippery, so we have to take care on that also in the curves. I'm now also working as a administrative consultant for the biggest motorbike tour company in Chiang Mai and Southeast Asia. And that is great. It's great to could do something that you are passionate about and riding motorbikes and also work for a tour company like that. And what I noticed is that during COVID, when everything was closed, people couldn't travel, and this year it's just booming. Everybody's coming back to ride motorbikes in Thailand, and I can also see that the Western world, they got it now. They know that Thailand is the best country in the world to ride a motorbike. So the tours are almost full all year out, and also half of next year. So it's very, very cool to see that people come to Thailand to ride with us in the mountains in the northern Thailand, and almost all of the tours from 3 to 10 days is fully booked. It's still some places left, but it's a lot of people coming. And we also do this famous loop. This is one of our most popular 3-day tours called the Mae Hong Son Loop. Going from Chiang Mai to Mae Sariang and then up to Mae Hong Son, Pai, and back to Chiang Mai. So it's the opposite way of what I'm doing now today. I'm on the road with a friend from Norway. He's behind me. His name is Willy. He's living in a city called Pre. It's 200 kilometers from Chiang Mai. So he sometimes comes to Chiang Mai to visit and to have a ride with us up in the mountains. And then we have Yangi. Yangi is more of a legend. He's just riding all the time, and he's everywhere. You never know where he is. But luckily we catched him on a break in Chiang Mai. He was back, and then he wanted to go with us up to Pai. So he's riding also behind us with his 250 off-road bike. He rides both off-road and on-roads. And I also can tell you he's probably a little bit bored the other week, so he decided to go around Thailand just by himself. So he just jumped on his bike, and then he rode the border roads all the way down to south of Thailand to Betong, the border to Malaysia. He rode, and then the other opposite side of the border up on and all the way around the whole country in 10 days, more than 6,000 kilometers. So now he has a tracking that he is going around Thailand, and his tracking looks like the map of Thailand. It's very cool. He will probably post a video on that, so I will share it with you guys here.
Well, as you can see, the first time was not the most successful. The microphone was a little bit high, so it wasn't the best sound. But next time I will get it 100%, and I will bring you with me on a lot of rides in the future. In addition, I'm going a couple of trips to Bangkok soon, and then I will have some new and exciting interview subjects with me. But the podcast will be often in English, so it will be a mix between Norwegian and English in the future, but mostly now in English. I'm not a native English speaker, as you can hear. I'm from Norway, so there is some strange English coming out of my mouth, but I will try to do my best. Living in Thailand doesn't make your English better. It makes it really worse, because you need to cut out a few words to let the Thai people and the locals understand you better. So then my English is a little bit strange, but I think you can understand me. I have started exercising and training for my big sail trip to Croatia this summer, trying to lose some weight, and it's not going well. I will also come with some updates on that in the future episodes. First, I tried to live for 3 months now on low-carb food to lose weight, but it simply didn't help a damn thing. Too much cheating and too little exercise, I guess, so now I'm trying another way, namely a different approach with some exercise and eating all kinds of food, but less. I'll keep you updated on how that goes. Okay, we have some useful stuff today too. Today we're going to talk about booking when traveling, but first a little bit of advertising.
Tom is the founder of the company, You Are One of Us. He worked most of his time around in Asia, and especially in Thailand, where he lived for the past 20 years. He has assisted in starting several successful businesses, and worked in telecom, real estate development, hospitality, and the tourism industry. He knows how it is to create a great way of living, working, and start a business in a foreign place or country. Tom's background is quite unique, and he has gone through life with experiences that few can even imagine. But he managed to always keep his feet on the ground, never giving up, and always worked against achievable goals. If you have challenges in your business or in your personal life, Tom has probably already gone through it. His life story reflects a person that has gone through most of the challenges life can offer. But in the meantime also had many successful and unforgettable experiences, exploring the world both for work and pleasure. He is also a habitual motorbike rider with more than 250,000 kilometers on the roads in Asia and the US, where he also used to be a guide on the famous Route 66. He has become a highly respected master coach and trainer. Tom now specializes in business coaching and life mentoring, as he has been living and working in many different fields and in a lot of different places around the world. Tom can be of assistance with any business startups in Thailand. He will help you to plan how to live and function the best way in a foreign country, how to cope with cultural differences, and how to become a great leader in your own life. He also teaches communication skills, creates sales and business development training, do business planning, strategic planning, and function as an advisor and consultant. Tom is a go-getter, a person that never gives up on anything or anyone. He is setting his goals high, and he will do the same for you. But before he can help your business, he needs to start with you. This makes Tom the perfect option for you to work with on creating stability and happiness in your life. Get in touch with Tom today. Even if you just want to talk. The first meeting is always complimentary, and you will see results even before making any further agreement. Tom promises you that you will go to a greater place in your life, a brighter and happier future. You can book your first call directly on our website. We hope to see you soon.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about booking when traveling to Thailand in particular, and I'll start with hotels. When it comes to hotels, walk-in is something that you probably heard of before. When you just come to a hotel, you walk straight in and ask for an available room. In pre-COVID, this was always more expensive than ordering online or ordering directly with the hotel before you came in. Somehow this has changed. So when you come to a hotel in Thailand now and you actually walk into the hotel, you can bargain with them and you can actually get a very, very good price on the room. But be aware that in the high season, it's a lot of full hotels in Thailand and not easy to find a place to stay. So in the high season, please book before. But in the low season, you can easily travel to the big cities like Chiang Mai or Bangkok. Just walk into the hotel and ask for an available room. Then a little bit about Agoda versus other booking sites. I don't really have a favorite. I mostly use booking.com. I started using that many years ago, and I didn't like the settings in Agoda at that time. So the reason I use that is because I gather a lot of points, and I can use these points to get cheaper rooms in the future. So I try to keep with one of the booking sites instead of usually using a lot of them. Sometimes I use Agoda, but mostly when I cannot find the hotel in booking.com, I use Agoda and I maybe can find it there. A lot of people are talking about Trivago. That is the place that you can search different booking sites. I think it's a little bit too much, and saving a few baht or dollars on a room that way, I don't think it's in the long run. I don't think you will save any money on it. Okay, I will show you something, because here you see a booking from Agoda with the price of a hotel here in Chiang Mai. But notice that when you go a little further into the booking, the price is suddenly higher. So here it's not easy to find the right place in the terms of the price. It always comes up when you search with the price, but when you start booking, it always gets more expensive. They add taxes and they add this and that. And this is special for Agoda and not for booking.com. Look at this one from booking.com. Same hotel, but on booking.com, the same room is a little bit more expensive. But when you finalize your booking here, the price stays the same and the total is the same as when you first saw the price. It's much easier to relate to. But as you also can see, Agoda is still a little cheaper, even though the price increased the further into the booking process you get. For my part, I'm not just looking for price. I want the best service, the best way to be able to cancel or get help if something should happen to my booking, and also be able to choose whether I want to pay right away and save money or pay at the hotel and be able to cancel up to the date before. I therefore find booking.com best and use it the most, but I also use Agoda, as I said, sometimes when I find the prices better or if I'm not so careful about the cancellation in cases where I know I'm going to have the room. I hate the other search engines and I actually never use them. So we're going to talk a little bit about booking airline tickets. We start, of course, with online booking. Most people do the online booking these days. And I want to talk to you a little bit about where. And my guideline to you is please don't use those awful search engines. They have no customer service and you get no help if there are delays, cancellation, or if you want to cancel or change your trip. Use either a travel agent or the airline's own websites. Even though it may cost a few baht more, book there anyway. You're so much better covered when you do. And it's not that much cheaper. It's just a few baht or maybe even not $1 or two, you know? Okay, why? When I ran the VIP tours a few years ago, I had people coming to us every day with problems with their travel that they couldn't get sorted. The result was very often to buy a new ticket, and they couldn't often get home because it was full airlines and all of these things. They booked on SuperSaver, Expedia, GoToGate, and all of these search engines, and these search engines do not sell travel. They act as a completely independent company and have their own criteria and policies that are much worse than where they get them from. They sell cheaper simply because of this, and it's really much cheaper than buying directly from a personal travel agent or the airlines directly. Cancellations and delays often result in having to have a new ticket. From Norway to Thailand, for the time being, you have to have a stopover. So if the flight is delayed, you often have to change the last part of the journey. Sometimes this works via the airline regardless of where you have purchased, but not always. If you miss a flight on a stopover, you may get a no-show and have to buy a new ticket and claim this back from the travel company where you bought the ticket. This does not work well with most of the search engine companies. Okay, so then my advice to you is use the airline's own booking sites. That is what I always do, and I travel a lot. So that's my advice. Then it comes to luggage. It's becoming more and more common to have to pay extra for luggage. This is also cheaper and easier to add if you have done a little bit extra shopping on holiday and want to bring it home. But not with the search engine companies. They don't allow this, and you have to pay overweight at check-in. This probably doesn't make cheap shopping in Thailand cheap in terms of the final in total. Some of these search engines are owned by personal travel agencies, but when booking online, only what is stated online applies, and there is no point in going to the company with complaints. Everything must be taken directly with what is stated on the website. So, domestically in Thailand, how to travel domestically? Yeah, you have a lot of options in Thailand, and Thailand is very, very easy to travel domestically. You have train, bus, plane, and taxi. And also, of course, ferry boats. There is a lot of ferries also going from A to B in Thailand. So you can always find this very, very easily before your trip and plan your trip accordingly. If some of you see that I changed my t-shirt, that's perfectly right. I didn't have time to make the podcast this weekend as I was in Bangkok, so I did the rest of the podcast today, and it's Monday. I'm going to talk about a little bit what you're going to pay with in Thailand. And when you come to Thailand as a tourist, you can bring your foreign card. Visa cards are accepted most places, especially the credit card types. American Express, some places, but not overall. And some is also charging you 3 to 3.5% to use the Amex card, because the Amex card is a little bit more expensive than the others. But Visa cards, you can pay with in the restaurants and shopping malls and so on. And you can also use them in the ATM, but the ATM have 250 baht fee sometimes to take out, and that's the fee that comes to Thailand, not only the fee from your bank. So you have your fee from your bank as well. So if you take out money with your ATM card or a Visa card in Thailand, you should take the highest amount that you need. And the highest amount you can withdraw in most banks are 20,000 Thai baht, while Bangkok Bank has 25,000. And the Bank of Ayutthaya have 30,000. So that's the bank that you can get the most money from. Amex cards are also good to use when you buy your tour, because they have very good deals on your travel insurance. When you book with the Amex card, you book your flights and hotels and so on. You also get a travel insurance in that. So check the rules and regulations for Amex card. The best card to use with foreign currency here is either Vice card or Revolut. As far as I know, they charge the least fees and less than regular Visa and MasterCard from especially Norwegian banks and so on. So that's something about a little bit about cards and what you use for money in Thailand. And then we come to insurance for traveling. Should you have that? You shouldn't have it. You shouldn't have it. You must have it. There is no requirement here, but traveling without it is simply totally irresponsible, unless you have a couple of million in your own bank account. And which one should you choose? Well, Norway has a lot of good providers in travel insurance, but there's a lot to look out for. The first thing I would ask you to do is not to start by looking for the cheapest one. You don't want the cheapest one, you want the best one. Many people also ask in a lot of Facebook forums about travel insurances, and they get a lot of answer, and everybody that answers, of course, have the best insurance. Nobody have the worst one. Everybody have the best one. But the thing is that they don't know that they have the best one because they never used it. They just paid it, and they never been sick. They never had an accident. So the best thing to get advice is when you talk to people that actually use them and see how they work. You need to make sure that the insurance covers not only your luggage, but also any delays or cancellation for your trip. And of course, the most important thing, health and accident insurance. You should have coverage for at least 1 million Thai baht in case of an accident or in illness that is treated in Thailand, which is about 350,000 Norwegian crowns. And it should also, of course, include that the insurance company pays directly to the hospital. Some insurance policies have a clause stating that you must first pay out and then get the money back from the company afterward. That means that you need to have all this money, and then if you have that money, why should you have an insurance? This is obviously out of the question if you are involved in a major accident, as it can be super expensive. Hospitals will not let you out until everything is paid for. So if it's not in order, you will be charged per night until the bill is paid. Also remember that if you are renting a scooter or a motorbike, your travel insurance must also cover this. If not, and you have an accident while riding a motorbike, the insurance will not cover it. This is usually included in most insurance policies, but some have a clause stating that it's not covered. Look for that. The largest insurance policies from If and Gjensidige work well in Thailand, but there are also others from Gauda and Frende in Norway. Check out that for the Norwegian listener because they cover Asia. So credit card booking and insurance. I talked about Amex cards, and you can also get travel insurance by pay with some credit cards, especially the Amex card. There are usually not enough to cover everything. You should check this carefully, as you usually do not get enough coverage here. So you need to buy an additional insurance anyway. So have we come to this planning of the tour. Do you plan the tour, or do you just buy a ticket and go? Many people want to take things in their stride. I always plan everything I do. Wherever you want to travel, you will be traveling around a bit, or you will just stay in one place. What type of hotel do you want? Are you going to spend a lot of time at that hotel, or are you just going to sleep there? Excursions, what do you want to see and do? What should I do first, and what should I plan? Should I have an itinerary for this? What should I see, and where can I find it? There is an incredible amount of things to see and do in Thailand, but surfing online, you will mostly see the tourist traps. Everything that is there is mostly made by tourists for tourists, and tourists doesn't know about the best places that they have, only been here like a tourist. So online you find the tourist places that and not the best places to see and to go. Talk to locals if you can, or people that have lived and traveled in Thailand for years. They know more. I, for one, don't bother spending time planning when I'm on holiday, so I found it much better to do it before my holiday, so I can just relax and recharge while I'm on the holiday itself. Remember also that I can help with the tour planning. You can see here a suggestion of what I made, and this is for a customer of mine that I planned the whole round trip in Thailand for, and it's planned to the details with prices, with where to go, where to live, what to see and whatnot, and also some advice on what to do, not to pay too much for the taxis, and so on and so on. So all of this can be helpful. Just contact me and I can assist you with that also. Remember also, coming to Thailand, most of you got a 30-day stay stamped in your passport when you come to Bangkok. You can extend this with 30 days, and you can actually do this 5 times a year. So you can be here and go in and out from Thailand several times in a year. Feel free to give me feedback. So feel free also to submit the form and write a little thing about what you think, whether you agree or disagree with me, a little about what you want me to address, and of course, questions you want to have answered. And I will try to find answers for you all. Also, feel free to listen to my other episodes if you haven't listened before now. I'm sure you'll find some interesting thing to talk about. I see you again in a few days, and I'm out.